let's talk about some of the general effects that are associated with alcohol use. Okay, the first on this list is the dilation of blood vessels of the skin. Alcohol causes those blood vessels to dilate, which accounts for some individuals feeling warm or flush. You may see rosy cheeks in individuals that are drinking, or you may see the red bulbous nose. Sometimes the red bulbous nose is an indicator of an alcoholic. Now, don't assume that everyone who has a red nose is an alcoholic, but it does dilate the blood vessels of the skin, and this is particularly evident in the face, the nose, and the cheeks, and again, often accounts for people feeling warm when they drink. Okay? Alcohol can also cause the inhibition of the secretion of anti-diuretic hormones. Diuretic hormones keep us from losing too much body water, so here we're saying they're inhibiting those hormones that would keep us from losing too much body water, and so there's a risk of dehydration if an individual consumes very, very large amounts of alcohol. So it's important, to pay attention to that. Again, inhibits the secretion of the hormones that would ordinarily keep us from losing too much body water. So inhibits the secretion of anti-diuretic hormones. Alcohol also affects the senses, vision. It affects peripheral vision in particular. It's one of the ones that seems to be one of the aspects of vision that seems to be really affected by alcohol. I think your textbook also talks about thresholds. Remember from chapter 2, absolute or difference thresholds, the minimum. Sorry about that. The minimum stimulus that can be detected, and then difference thresholds that alcohol would have an influence on those. Alcohol will also decrease sensitivity to pain. So oftentimes people that have consumed very, very large amounts of alcohol may have injuries that they're not aware of because their sensitivity to, when we talk about alcohol affecting the senses, in this case it's always in terms of impairments. Okay, I am sure already aware that alcohol has a significant influence on driving performance. Alcohol decreases reaction time, etc. So you often hear of people saying, "Oh, I drink all the time, and I'm able to drive home, and nothing happens." But when we consider the influences on peripheral vision, when we consider the influences on reaction time, when we consider the influences on just hand-eye coordination, things like that. If something happens that the person who has been drinking needs to respond to very, very quickly, then alcohol is going to impair that ability. Okay? It's going to impair motor coordination and all those types of things. So not a good thing. And then, of course, we've already mentioned the impairments in hand-eye coordination. One of the other things that's associated with alcohol is disinhibition. This means that under the influence of alcohol, people will do things that they ordinarily would not do. Okay? So again, with disinhibition, under the influence of alcohol, people will do things that they ordinarily would not do. This does not mean that the person has come up with this brand new idea that all of a sudden they will do. Have you ever heard of alcohol being called liquid courage? These are often things that the individual has thought of doing, but just has not had the courage to do. And so under the influence of alcohol, their inhibitions are gone, and so they're more likely to do these things that they ordinarily would not do. Stand up on the table and dance when they're drunk. Perhaps make some questionable decisions in who they take home from the bar. Things like that. Disinhibition, that under the influence of alcohol, people will do things that they would not ordinarily do. Okay? Let's talk about alcohol's effects on memory. Okay? Some pretty significant effects on both the storage and the retrieval of memory. Okay? And so we have something that's called alcohol blackouts and alcohol-related grayouts. Okay? And so contrary to what the name implies, a lot of people have the misconception of, saying that of thinking that an alcohol-related blackout means that someone passed out. But in this case, we're simply referring to the effects of alcohol on memory. It does not mean that the person has to be unconscious to have these alcohol-related blackouts or grayouts. Okay? So when we talk about an alcohol-related blackout, this is where alcohol affects the storage of memories. Okay? So in this case, the memories are never actually stored. The memories are never laid down. Okay? So if someone says that they don't remember what they did last night, if they were drinking heavily, then if they have consumed, those large amounts of alcohol, this is often true. We call those alcohol-related grayouts, where memories have not been stored. So the individual would have no recollection of, of whatever happened during the time of heavy drinking. Okay? Then we have what we call alcohol-related grayouts. Okay? With an alcohol-related grayout, the memories have been stored. The problem is retrieval. It's just difficult to remember. So the memories are there, and they can be retrieved with some prompting. If people say, Dr. Cook, remember what you did last night? You got up on the table and you started singing, and you go, oh my God, it's coming back to you. Or those memories can be retrieved if the individual is back in the same context, i.e. if they're drinking again back at the same bar, etc. Okay? So again, with blackouts, the memories are never actually stored. With the alcohol-related grayouts, the memories are stored. They're just difficult to retrieve, but they can be retrieved with prompting and cues. Okay? Now we're going to talk about some very general factors that can affect alcohol consumption in humans. We're going to talk about culture, gender, and age. And these are some relatively simple concepts. Okay? Here, when we talk about culture, just simply in some cultures, consumption of alcohol is more acceptable than in other cultures. Sometimes it's a fact that the actual consumption of alcohol is often built into the day-to-day activities. If you look at American culture, if you look at European culture, oftentimes wine, for example, may be more of a part of the daily culture to have wine with dinner every night, in Europe. But in some cultures, it's just more acceptable to drink than it is in others. Sometimes alcohol is introduced earlier in some cultures than in others. Okay? Then the second factor is gender. Okay? In general, it's more acceptable for males to drink than it is for females. Now you might say, wait a minute, I know plenty of females that drink. But if you look at the types of stereotypes and the type of judgments that society makes on a drunk male versus a drunk female, then you can easily see that those are very different. Okay, and so very often much more acceptable for males to drink than it is for females. I happen to have grown up in a family that had very traditional gender roles, and it was a case that other than one aunt, I never saw the females in my family drink. And so that was a case where, I certainly was exposed to these gender differences in alcohol consumption. Okay? And then our third factor here is age. Okay? And when we talk about age here, as individuals get older, they continue to drink on the same number of occasions, but they just drink less alcohol on those occasions. Okay? So they still drink, they're just drinking less. So for example, if you have people who are accustomed to having alcohol with dinner, then they may still have alcohol with dinner as they get older, but they may not have a full glass of wine. They may now have a half a glass of wine as they get older. So if you remember from chapter 1, we talked about how age, either circulation issues, liver function, and then we just talked about body composition earlier in this chapter, how those things body composition can affect the distribution of alcohol. Those other age-related factors could affect the metabolism of alcohol. So individuals still drink on the same number of occasions. They're just drinking less on those occasions, okay? So again, in some cultures, it's simply more acceptable to drink than it is others. Some cultures are more accepting of alcohol than others. Generally more acceptable for males to drink than it is for females. And again, with age, that individuals still drink as they get older. They just drink less on the occasions where they do drink. Okay. Here we're just going to very briefly review some types of tolerance that are associated with alcohol. So you have acute tolerance. Remember, this is a difference in the effects that are experienced when the blood levels of the drug are rising versus when the blood levels of the drug are falling. Okay. Chronic tolerance. This is a new type of tolerance that we have not talked about. And contrary to what the name would imply, you don't have to have consumed alcohol over a very long period of time to develop chronic tolerance. And so this is almost a misnomer, because with chronic tolerance, it describes a type of tolerance where over a relatively short period of time, the amount of alcohol that the individual needs to drink to get the desired effects will double or triple. Okay, so we're talking about a relatively short period of time where the amount of drug, here alcohol, that the individual needs to consume to get the desired effect is going to effectively double or triple. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a long time. This is sometimes a matter of weeks, and so that term chronic is almost misleading in a sense. Okay, we've already talked about metabolic tolerance, increase in the body's ability to metabolize a drug due to enzyme reduction or increased production of enzymes. And then, of course, from chapter 3, we talked about behavioral tolerance, the ability to carry out your everyday functions with the drug in your system. And so alcohol is probably one of the best examples for behavioral tolerance, because you often hear people talk about functional alcoholics, people who consume very large amounts of alcohol but are for the most part able to carry out their day-to-day activities. Okay, and so one of the things that I hope you're realizing here is that it doesn't matter what or which drug we're talking about. Acute tolerance is acute tolerance. Chronic tolerance is chronic tolerance. Metabolic tolerance is metabolic tolerance. Behavioral tolerance is behavioral tolerance. Okay, so we'll just have examples where some types of tolerance are more often associated with the drug than other types of tolerance. But if we're talking about alcohol, or if we're talking about barbiturates, acute tolerance is a difference in the effects experienced when the blood levels of the drug are rising versus when the blood levels of the drug are falling. So just a case where we are considering those types of tolerance relative to a specific drug.